Deuce Knight, Auburn quarterback. You'd swear Deuce Knight is the alias of some masked vigilante in a comic book. Instead, he's a 6 feet 4 inches, 210-pound freshman quarterback for Auburn, wearing number 9 and carrying the weight of sky-high expectations. Knight was originally committed to Notre Dame, where he was ranked the number 1, dual-threat quarterback and number 90 overall in the ESPN Junior 300. But in a major recruiting twist, Auburn flipped him, the 5th-ranked quarterback in the 2025 class, away from the Irish, delivering a huge win for Hugh Freeze. Knight is everything you want in a modern dual-threat QB. In 2023, he passed for 2,047 yards and 17 touchdowns, while adding nearly 500 rushing yards, flashing elite playmaking ability. At Auburn's Spring A-Day game, he threw 3 touchdowns and looked every bit like the program's future. And the name? Deuce Knight. You could almost write his origin story. Deuce suggests tenacity and valor. Knight evokes honor on the battlefield, or football field in this case. It's the kind of name that makes announcers ask, is that a pun or a prophecy? Could he don a cloak and swing a sword? No, but he might do it with a football. Jaden Muskrat, Virginia Tech OL. Name is Muskrat. You either laugh it off, or you turn into a 6'3", 298-pound SEC-built enforcer who shoves defenders out of the way. Jaden Muskrat did the latter. A graduate transfer from Auburn by way of Tulsa, he joined Virginia Tech in 2025 with over 30 starts under his belt and a reputation for versatility, toughness, and high football IQ. He's played across the offensive line, excels in run blocking, and hasn't missed much time due to injury, earning trust quickly in a Hokies unit that needed a rock in the middle. His experience in both the AAC and SEC made him one of the most seasoned linemen on the roster. And sure, his name might get a few chuckles during pre-snap chatter, but once the whistle blows, he's all business. Muskrat isn't a mascot, he's a mauler. From Arkansas to Blacksburg, he's built to hold the line. Alphacon, UTSAWR. Alphacon is a wide receiver for the UTSA Roadrunners, the kind of name that sounds like he's already headlining a sci-fi flick, not running post routes in San Antonio. A redshirt freshman from Katy, Texas, Con stands 6 feet 1 inch and around 175 pounds, contributing mostly on special teams in 2024 while earning all academic honors. Sure, he hasn't racked up big numbers yet, but the name's already memorable. UTSA fans will chant his name long before he's bulking up the stat sheet. He might yet morph into a playmaker in the Roadrunners offense, but even now, he stands out. The only thing more commanding than his name is that faint hope his first big catch brings. HaHa Clinton Dix, Alabama alumnus role, Director of Player Development. Born Hashan Treshan Clinton Dix, his nickname HaHa came early. Gifted by his grandmother because no one could quite get Hashan right. It stuck, and so did his game. At Alabama, HaHa became a dominant safety, winning 2 national titles, earning first-team All-SEC honors, and becoming a first-round pick in the 2014 NFL Draft. He went on to have an 8-year NFL career, earning All-Pro recognition and starting for teams like the Packers and Bears. But after hanging up the cleats in 2022, Clinton Dix came full circle. In 2023, he returned to Alabama as the Director of Player Development, a role where he mentors players on academics, NIL, and life beyond football. Now, instead of leading a defense, he's guiding young athletes through one of the most intense chapters of their lives. His name still makes people smile, but these days, HaHa is no joke. He's all leadership, legacy, and loyalty to the Tide. Rowdy Beers, Florida International University TE. Yes, that's the name on his jersey. It sounds like the lead singer in a country band or the mascot of a weekend cookout, but he's actually a tight end making real plays. He's actually a 6'4", 232 player for FIU with serious upside. Hailing from Littleton, Colorado, Beers was a two-way standout at Valor Christian High School, where he caught 16 passes for 191 yards and 3 touchdowns. And just for fun, added 5.5 sacks on defense his senior year. He's athletic, versatile, and already earning reps as a true freshman. The name might make you do a double take, but once the game starts, there's nothing goofy about his tape. Beers is physical in the trenches, smooth on routes, and capable of making plays on both ends of the field. On Saturdays, fans love the sound of Rowdy Beers with the grab. And whether it's game day or game night, there's a good chance he's part of the main event. Tiger Shanks, UNLVOL. No clue why his name is Tiger, but when you're 6 feet 5 inches and clearing paths on the O-line, it just fits. He's a 325-pound offensive lineman from Vancouver, British Columbia, who became the highest Rebel ever taken in the CFL draft. A 3-time All-Mountain West selection, Shank started 51 games at right tackle for UNLV and earned serious hardware consideration in his senior seasons. Tiger locked down the right tackle spot and never looked back. He became the first Rebel lineman since 2002 to earn first-team All-Mountain West, and then did it again the next year. In 2024, he anchored a line that rushed for over 500 yards in a single game and earned national attention with spots on the Outland and Lombardi watch lists. He's smart, consistent, and as reliable as they come. So no, we don't know why they named him Tiger, but after watching him dominate up front, it actually makes perfect sense. Juventi Schlenbaker, UTRGVRB, pronounced Juventi Schlenbaker, and yes, you might need a moment to let that settle. Born in Haiti and raised in Washington, Schlenbaker's name sounds like it came straight from a spelling bee championship round. After 2 seasons at Washington State, where he racked up 149 yards and 3 touchdowns in 2024, Schlenbaker transferred to UTRGV to be part of their brand new football program. At 6 feet 0, 216 pounds, he brings size, experience, and a chip on his shoulder to a team starting from scratch. We don't know exactly why his parents chose the name Juventi, but it definitely turns heads, and when he lowers his shoulder, so does he. He's expected to be the heart of UTRGV's offense, and with that name and that frame, defenders won't forget him anytime soon. Jim Bob Cooter, Tennessee/NFL coach. Yes, his name is really Jim Bob Cooter, and it's on the birth certificate. I don't know what his parents were thinking, and maybe they didn't either. Maybe they'd never heard the slang. The name stayed, the jokes came, but so did the wins, rising from Tennessee quarterback to NFL offensive coordinator without changing a syllable. He's an actual football mind who's climbed the NFL coaching ranks with quiet confidence and a playbook full of answers. Cooter played quarterback at the University of Tennessee and kicked off his coaching career right there in Knoxville. From a student assistant to an NFL offensive coordinator, his rise was steady and impressive. Most fans remember his time with the Detroit Lions, where he served as OC from 2015 to 2018 and helped Matt Stafford reach some of his most efficient years. He later coached with the Jets, Eagles, and now serves as the offensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts, taking over the offense in 2023. And sure, the name turns heads. Jim Bob Cooter sounds more like a Talladega Nights character than a pro play caller. But behind the backwoods charm is a sharp, strategic football brain. In a league filled with suits and jargon, Cooter keeps things simple, smart, and aggressive. Whether he's calling plays or helping develop young quarterbacks, Jim Bob has earned respect on every sideline he's stood on. His name might make people smile, but his game earns their attention. Say what you want. There aren't many coordinators who can go toe-to-toe with elite defenses and still sound like they own a fishing show. Jim Bob Cooter? He's for real. Dodge Saucer, Iowa State OL. His name feels like advice for quarterbacks. Maybe you should dodge him. But on the field, he's not evading. You won't sneak past him either. He's the kind of name announcers stumble on and fans never forget. Originally from Grinnell, Iowa, Saucer started his career at Iowa State before transferring to Iowa Central Community College, where he started 11 games in 2023. He now plays at Kennesaw State, where he's expected to bring size, grit, and experience to the offensive front. At 6 feet 5 inches and around 295 pounds, Saucer is built for the trenches. Calm in pass protection, nasty in the run game, and smart enough to shift across positions if needed. He's sturdy in pass sets and reliable in the run game. And while people may jokingly say, did they name him Sozer because defenders get sauced? But in real sense, this guy's fundamentals are no joke. Whether he's blocking lanes or building up snap counts, Dodge Saucer brings a dependable presence, both in name and in pads. Panda Ask You, East Carolina OL. Yes, his name is really Panda Ask You. And no, he's not part of a kung fu cartoon. He's a 6'4", 305-pound offensive lineman at East Carolina University. And he doesn't just look like a wall, he is one. Panda comes from his childhood nickname, but don't let the cuddly image fool you. Ask You is a bruiser in the trenches, clearing lanes and holding the line with surprising agility for someone his size. There's something deeply satisfying about hearing "Panda with the pancake block" during a broadcast. Whether he's keeping his QB upright or steamrolling defenders, Panda makes sure the name gets taken seriously, eventually. Hannis Hammer, Virginia Tech OL. If your name is Hannis Hammer, you kind of have no choice but to become an offensive lineman. Luckily, Hannis delivers. He's a towering 6 feet 5 inches, 315 pounds interior lineman at Virginia Tech, known for his raw power and consistent hand placement. Born in Germany, Hammer brings an international edge to the Hokies front. His name sounds like a Viking blacksmith, and he plays like one too. Defensive linemen don't get around him. They bounce off him like nails under a sledgehammer. His style is quiet, serious, and brutally effective. No gimmicks, no flash, just good old-fashioned smash-mouth football from a guy with a name you could forge steel with. Steel Chambers, Ohio State LB, Steel Chambers. You hear that name and immediately think it's a character from Marvel Universe, but he's Ohio State's actual linebacker and one of their best. Originally recruited as a running back, Chambers made the switch to defense and became a tackling machine almost overnight. His parents named him Steel because they like strong, bold names. Mission accomplished. With over 200 career tackles, multiple All-Big Ten honors, and unmatched sideline-to-sideline range, he's living up to the name every week. On Saturdays, Chambers plays with such intensity that opposing backs feel like they just got run through, well, a steel chamber. Chris Buitt, kicker. Kickers have it tough, but imagine being a kicker named Buitt. Chris Buitt played for Pitt and had a solid college career, including a game winner against number 2 Clemson in 2016. But his last name? It's like someone was setting him up for headlines before he ever missed a kick. And sure enough, when he went pro, it followed him. During his brief NFL stint with Washington, a blocked kick or missed PAT practically guaranteed a Twitter storm. Which is unfortunate because Buitt actually made plenty of clutch kicks in college. And for the record, yes, he's blown a few, but he's also nailed some of the biggest ones. Football is cruel, and with a name like that, you don't get many second chances. Bumper Pool, Arkansas LB. You don't name a kid Bumper Pool unless you're planning on him bouncing off bodies like the game itself. And that's exactly what he did. Pool played at Arkansas from 2018 to 2022, racking up over 400 career tackles and earning all SEC honors. His real name, James Pool. But his parents nicknamed him Bumper after the table game, and somehow it stuck. He's bounced off blockers, crashed into running backs, and always seemed to be near the ball. Few names in football are as unforgettable, and few players hit as hard. Bumper was built for contact, and he made sure every SEC offense remembered him. Mike Stonebreaker, Notre Dame linebacker. Mike Stonebreaker might have the most linebacker name in football history. He played for Notre Dame in the late 80s and early 90s, helping lead them to a national championship in 1988. He was an All-American and finished third in Butkus Award voting. And the name? It's not made up. Stonebreaker was his real surname. With that name, you almost feel sorry for the offensive players, like they were warned ahead of time. He wasn't just a hard hitter, he was one of the most feared tacklers in college football during his era. Mike Stonebreaker didn't just stop the play, he crushed it. If you have made it this far, you already get it. This sport isn't just about X's and O's. It's about the names, the stories, and the legends. Keep that energy going at the CFB Almanac, your home for football's fun side. Go subscribe. You'll thank yourself later.